Hello and welcome back to the Kaameel Dota channel. I'm joined with me in an interview today by none other than Ivaylo from Sinister5. How are you doing today, man?
Fine, and you? How are you
That's
doing?
good. I'm great. Okay, so, we know you Ivaylo from Sinister5, but what is your exact position, for lack of a better word, in Sinister5?
I'm the owner of Sinister5. There's no other way to describe it, yeah?
Okay, cool. So, Sinister5 is a relatively new team. If I'm not mistaken, you guys were founded maybe 1.5 years ago or so.
Less than a year. We were founded in October 2016, so that should be about 9-10 months that we've existed. Yes, there was a Sinister5 before that, which me and a couple of friends played for, so nothing serious. We were in second division, I think, our best achievement. So yeah.
Alright, so you guys went from starting 9 months to being now actually a force to be reckoned with, not just in the way you guys play, because it is very impressive, but the things you guys are doing as an organization as a whole is very different from other MGOs in SA. You wanna touch a little bit on that for us?
Yes, what we do for our MGO, we invest a lot of time, and we invest this time because we're very passionate about esports. So I think 5 or 6 out of 7 nights in a week I would sit and watch my teams at night play, and I think that's the best entertainment for me. At home I've got a projector and I've got 2 screens, watch Counter-Strike on the one and Dota on the other. So we invest a lot of time and we give a lot of input to our players and to our teams of how they can improve, and we try and be there for them every step of the way, whether it's personal lives, professional lives. We're there literally every step of the way. We've got a WhatsApp group, we speak to each other 10 times a day about every single small thing. So we've become a very close unit, and I think that's what's driving that MGO forward. Of course, we invest in quite a bit of money to try and improve them as individually and as a team. We've got coaches, we pay them salaries as well, so they can feel part of something that's very serious, and to take this as serious as possible. And I think those are the couple of factors which play a role.
For anybody attending this EGE LAN, can see the amount of you have your whole CS team, all your owners and part of the team are there and clapping for your team all the way. It's the kind of support that I thought is just great. It makes the whole atmosphere better. But now that you brought up the coach, let's touch on that. How did you guys get that idea for? Coaching has been in part of Dota for quite a long time, but it's never been a mainstream thing in SA, and it feels like you guys are the first team to bring on a high level coach.
Yes, I can confirm we were the first to get an international coach for our Dota team, and what happened is when we first started, we put a couple of players together as best as we could find at the time. And we started playing the normal SA tournaments, DGO at that time. We started beating some, losing to some, but our competitive nature, we always want to win as the owners of the MGO. So we got to a point when we were playing to qualify for the Masters LAN, and we got knocked down to the lower bracket on our first match. I went to sleep that night, it was 1 o'clock, and I thought I need to do something now. The guys have reached a level that they will not be able to improve on their own. I can do nothing about it because my knowledge of the game is limited. So I started searching the internet, and we found a Romanian coach. He got on with business the next day, and we saw immediate improvements. We went through the whole lower bracket to every other team. The team that knocked us down, we met again, and we knocked them out in the lower bracket, so we could see immediate results. We unfortunately went out to Mythic on the last hurdle, otherwise we would have been at the previous Masters LAN. Then yeah, that's how the coach thing happened. Later we got a coach for our Counter-Strike team, and again immediate results. So I could recommend to every single MGO in South Africa, if you guys really want to improve your teams, a coach should be the first step. Our Counter-Strike team has improved so much in just 2 weeks that we've had the coach with them. So it's definitely a positive step for any MGO.
Right, I have to agree with you there, because if you look at any other sports, right, football, tennis, anything else, coaches is such a big part of it. In football, the managers they more stars than players in these days. So Dota is no different, I would think.
Yes. There's many coaches out there in the world, and the nice thing is that with esports you can have a coach anywhere in the world that can provide a lot of value to your team, just over the normal team speak and just over the internet watching your games. However, what I would recommend is getting a coach who puts his whole heart into the team, who feels a part of the team. Because we have tried some coaches for the Counter-Strike in particular that were worried just about getting paid, and they didn't really care as long as they get paid for their time. However, there are those coaches out there who really put their heart into the team and really, really feel a part of the team. And with us, driving this vision of us being a unit, a very close unit, we would want our coach to be also, see things the same way. And you can see, I saw that yesterday when we lost the first game with APG. Coach was on speed dial immediately with our captain as he was walking out of the booth, already giving him advice and saying what we should do next. So yeah, to me it's very important that we've got someone like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to tell the guys what to do. They would feel lost. They would just reach a level when they can't improve. And if we want to take eSports or Dota forward in South Africa, we need to have professional help.
That's a good point you make, and it just really accelerates that learning curve, I think, because Dota is already such a difficult game, and if you have somebody to help you and push you forward, I think it's great. Good luck with the Sinister5 team as well.
Thank you.
Other stuff I've heard you guys doing. Apparently, there's a gaming house coming out for Sinister5.
Yes, and I'll give you some exclusive news that we're thinking of a gaming house. It should be starting in 2018, next year. We don't have a set date for it yet. I want to take things step by step. We've got quite a few things to sort out before the time that we get there, but it is definitely happening. And the fact that a gaming house in South Africa would cost us the same amount of money as a gaming house in Europe, we're thinking of maybe doing it in Bulgaria in particular. How that's going to be arranged, maybe the guys would travel there every 3 months and spend 3 months there, travel back for tournaments, spend 3 months back there. It's just on the cards. It is possible, but for now, I think let's stick with a gaming house in South Africa. If it's possible, we might even do it in Europe.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. With that kind of plans, I mean, you'll be looking for those kind of players who really want to fully commit to this thing. Like yesterday, I was speaking to Sim, like the old BVD mid player, the legend in SA Dota, and he was like, he was giving me personal advice. It's like, if you're involved in esports and stuff, and I see you taking this seriously, then take it really seriously. Treat it like your day job. Take esports like your day job and just do it every day. And that's the advice he's giving to players and this and that. And like with your guys, the amount of stuff you're investing in there, I'm sure that is the kind of players you're looking for.
Yes, and why shouldn't players take it serious? You've got so many sports in this world. I've given the example with the swimmer before. I can give an example with the long jump athlete. They devote their lives to that. And how much do they get in return? Maybe Olympic Games if they're really the best. If they're not, what happens to them? They fade away. But yet, just because it's accepted by society, they are devoting their lives to it. Why shouldn't an esports person do the same? It's just because the laggers and the old generation, keep telling them stop wasting your time. Well, that's about to change, and it's going to change very fast. So that's what I keep telling my players. You have to commit. We're looking for 100% commitment because we give 200% commitment from our side. We're already leading by example. If you guys do it, we've got the coaches who are there also putting in the extra hours, watching replays, teaching you guys every single day. We're creating this structure in this environment, in this ecosystem, which is perfect for creating the best team in South Africa. Just commit, that's it. You will get the rewards as well. Never mind the salaries, you will get winnings back.
That's really cool. And and I like your Olympic example, but I think esports is going to change that really fast because, you could say whatever you want, the money is there to back it already. The Dota 2 International $20 million prize pool this year and last year as well, so that's pretty crazy.
Exactly. So the money is there. You're getting a higher return than most sports in this world. So why would you not commit just because it's not accepted by society yet, by the old generation? That's what I've got a player in my Counter-Strike team who's 16-year-old, and his father just doesn't accept esports. He wants to put another few things first before it comes to esports. But that is this boy's dream. He's breathing and living esports. He's here with us, on this Masters event, and you can see he's so excited about it. At least his father is supportive. He does support him, but there are those parents out there who just wouldn't let their kids follow their dreams. It will change as the new generations like us are having kids. We wouldn't say the same things to our kids. So that will definitely change. It will change the next couple of years.
That's a positive note, yes, to agree with that. We've been speaking serious stuff about Sinister5 and whatever. But I see your guys' passion. I see how you guys enjoy watching games and seeing your team play and stuff. You guys gotta have your own background in playing games and stuff, right? Well, what kind of games you like to play and whatnot?
Nothing flashy. We started playing Dota 1 around 2009-10, and with us being Bulgarians and very temperamental, we just mostly fought and played little. But we kind of put together a team. We called it Sinister5 at some point in time, I think maybe 2012-13. And we had a few seasons in the DGL. Some teams might remember us that have played against us. Yeah, just a couple of friends, and we used to fight a lot. That's what can be remembered out of that. And some of them are my work colleagues as well. We would go the next day to work and we would not even look at each other because we fought about Dota the previous night. So yeah, but other games, we've been gamers our whole lives, me and my other friends who are part of the MGO. So we understand gaming very well. And yeah, that's our background. We've played games like from the Age of Empires days to, we went through Dota. We're playing a lot of PUBG now. quite a fun game. I can't wait for that to become an esport. We will be the first ones to get a PUBG team. If anybody out there is interested, a Sinister5 PUBG team is on the cards for sure.
I mean, I know PUBG is it's like the new sliced bread. Everybody's just playing it. But I never tried it myself. Does it actually have a competitive aspect and stuff there?
It doesn't. What I see is that they're about to do a $350,000 tournament soon. So it will be interesting to see what the format is going to be like. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4 players? Let's see how they go about it, and I think Sinister5 will be one of the first to get it. It's very, very, very entertaining to watch. It's a spectators type of game. They've done something right there. I don't know what it is exactly. I can't put my finger on it, but it's quite interesting. I don't know if you've played it before.
I haven't played it, but I see it's like a hit. Like every streamer, whatever. I just see, even my Steam friend list, people just pop players unknown battlegrounds, the whole time. It's like, come on guys, come play Dota with me, man.
Yeah, it's become quite big, yes.
That's cool. But yeah, I like you talking about the temperamental nature. I feel like Dota is just one of those games where, my friends, I all love them very much. But we played in the Dota team for, wasn't that long time, like maybe 1 or 2 months. But my God, I actually started hating all my friends. You know what I mean? Yeah. We always hated each other. We're all good people outside of the thing, but when we play the games, we're all just so toxic to each other, passive aggressive, this, that.
Yeah. But that's why, there's professional players and there's people like us.
Yes.
So those
100%.
Professional players, it's a mental game. If you're gonna be toxic, you're not gonna make it as a professional player. So that's one of the big things. And I was speaking to some professional players. I was at an eSports conference last year in LA, and the owner of G2 was there, and I heard it from other people as well. They were saying 80% of the best Dota players are not even in professional teams. It's not about only the skill. It's about the team, and it's about the mental, attitude and all of that. So there's a lot of aspects to creating a good team. So as being new, we're testing different things. Some things work, some things don't. We don't know how exactly it's supposed to be. We're trying to maybe copy some of the, international professional teams. But that's another thing I want to know, that too many people are trying to compare the South African scene to the international scene. While we don't have to. We really don't have to. We're an isolated market that doesn't have any effect from outside forces. We can create our own ecosystem here, and it can work perfectly. We don't have to really keep comparing to the international all the time.
It's a good point you make.
Yeah, their best players are not going to come and play in our tournaments. They don't live here, first of all. Their companies or sponsors are not going to invest here, not much. We've got our own here that are going to invest. What is it really that we need? Yes, our MMRs and our skill levels are lower, but it's not like someone is going to come from Europe and compete with us here. It's a completely isolated scene that can function on its own.
It's true. I mean, a lot of people say this and that about South African Dota, but in the last 2 years, we've had a lot of LAN events, this, that. I don't think we're at the point where players can literally fully dedicate themselves and earn a living on prize money and stuff yet. But it's really getting there. This is a 500,000 rand tournament.
Well, yeah,
next month in Arena.
If you're the best, Arena is 700, so you win 300. This is 220. Another 1 or 2 smaller ones here and there. All of a sudden, you're making 30,000 a month. Why is it not? And this is happening now. What about in the next year or 2 or 3? It is definitely possible. I see it being possible.
I also think so as well. Like
yeah.
in Counter-Strike this year, how many tournaments have there been?
Yes.
And I think Dota might not have all the tournaments this year, but next year we don't know. They could, all those companies who had success in the Counter-Strike scene could be investing in Dota. So I always think, I'm like very, very positive because I haven't been in the scene like really long like some other people.
Yes.
But I've been, like my brother's been playing in competitive teams and stuff for like 3, maybe 4 years now.
Yeah.
And just from when he started to like where it is now, it's worlds apart. It really is. So I think it's growing and getting better. Honestly, dude.
We're new to the scene, you're new to the scene, I'm new to the scene, we're here to disrupt it. So it's up to us to just make something different happen, isn't it? And I think we're trying to do that with Sinister.
100%. I think you guys are doing it already.
Yeah. But I think it's definitely possible for this to be sustainable in the very, very near future, if not right now, in the very near future. So we should be working towards it. And I see VS Gaming in Arena are doing such great things. The production is getting better and better. That means they see it also happening. So soon the non-endemic companies and brands are also going to start investing. The Coca-Colas, the Nikes, they're still being skeptical about it. And I'm talking about the esports in the whole world.
Yeah.
Because right now, obviously, you get the endemic ones that are putting their money into it. But what's going to happen when the non-endemic brands start putting their money in? That's when esports is still small worldwide. We think it's big because we're in it and we see a lot happening around us. But go and speak to people on the street, 9 out of 10 would not even know what esports is. So it still has a lot of ground to cover worldwide, but it will become big, in my opinion at least. Not a prophet or anything, but I say next 5 to 10 years it will be very big. For now, I don't think those Coca-Colas and Nikes want to put their brand onto a person who is sitting in the basement and swearing and stuff. But you can see the productions of VS Gaming and Arena getting so good and so professional that now they can easily put their brand up there. It's a win-win situation, yes.
And I agree with you 100% there, because like for us we look at him like, oh, it's so big, it's so this and whatever. But in reality, I mean, it is big in this and whatever. But it's just in its teething phases. It's like its baby phase. It just started out in
embryonic stages. They call it. Yeah, embryonic stages. It's still we just think it's big because we're in it. But things are happening, and the new generation, naturally, the new generation is coming into it. Like I'm saying, the old generation is not teaching their kids anymore. Or now they are. The new generation will become the older soon, and they're not going to teach their kids, stop wasting your time playing games. They don't even know what it's about. They talk about games or gaming. This is esports. This is competitive. It's
for sure.
Actually, gaming and esports is different.
100%.
You get World of Warcraft, or what's the game that you walk around and you can waste your time the whole day, sit in your basement and not shower for a week. That's what they see when you say gaming. But come and see what esports is.
That is a good message.
Yeah, exactly. Come and first see what it is. These kids are competing. They're involved in a team. They belong to something. I put this shirt on yesterday and I felt such a strong feeling of belonging. We created something. We're going to have fans out there. We were walking and there was a queue outside and some kids were pointing at us, wow, that's Sinister5, you know. So we've created something. You can feel that feeling of belonging. It's great. It's just an awesome feeling. Yeah.
That's really cool. I like the vision. You know, you can see your passion oozing out.
The passion, it can flow out of my ears for sure. Yeah. I like competing. That's one part of it. Yesterday we lost. I went through a roller coaster of emotions, and I felt deflated. The guys felt deflated. But it's part of winning. You have to feel those emotions.
Yeah.
You lost, but next time when you win, it's gonna feel even better. You felt what it is to lose. We got you. We should be ecstatic about us getting so far in 10 months or 9 months even. But yeah, we lost. It's fine. We'll come back stronger.
I mean, you guys lost, right? But I feel like you guys made a statement as well. In that first game against BVD, you were up for a portion in that game. Not many teams can actually do that. Yeah. Against APG, I mean, these guys have been around the block for ages now. I mean, last year this Masters finals.
The experience took them through it
100%.
for sure. I think right now we're probably better than APG, and we've been screaming against them and we've been beating them. We beat them in Arena 2-0. But sitting at home in front of the computer in a calm situation, while here the pressure got to the guys. And we played with a stand-in who, by the way, did very well.
Yes.
He comes from Hive, which is actually a team that should really keep pushing, because I can see the passion into those guys at Hive. They can become the next, call it Sinister5, or I don't know, another team that's making it to the Masters. Why not? They are passionate about it. They are trying to push forward, and Stan did a great job. He's a nice god.
Yeah, he's Nick's assassin. He's amazing, I have to agree.
But it was nice having him in our team, and he felt a little bit of our passion and a bit of our unity, and I think he's going to go back to Hive now, and he'll take some of that experience and make their team better as well. So as long as everybody just does something good for esports in South Africa, like I'm saying, we don't even need to worry about, yes, we can try and be as good as the international teams one day, we can try and copy their style and stuff, but worry about esports, we don't need to compare to them right now. Yeah. So where was I? Sinister5. Yeah, we lost against WRG. What I like to see is that we make them react to what we do. We like to play this style where we are proactive, we make the moves, and we make other teams react to us. And that is the style that we're going to play for the next couple of years, I can promise you that. I'm not going to have Sinister5 play a 90-minute game where you're falling asleep on the 50-minute mark. Sinister5 is going to be about aggression, about different unorthodox stuff, new things all the time, innovative. That's what's going to win us fans, and I want the people out there who are watching us to have a choice of 4 different games, and they're going to say, we want to watch Sinister5. So this is something that we're driving as well, and we lucky that our coach has the same vision. He's a very aggressive player, a player that also understands the game very well, and he tries new things all the time. He comes up with his own stuff, and that's what he portrays to the guys. So yeah, we'll play that type of stuff. So we did that against WRG. I think they wouldn't admit it, but they were reacting to what we were doing. I think if the guys had a bit more experience, they could have pulled that game through. And many people, I believe, will agree. They just, first lane, it was a bit too much to ask, but at least we showed some teeth. And yeah, that's the style that we're going to play. Against APG, it was just lack of experience. The pressure got to them. Our captain Trexian has grown in character so much just over this tournament. But there was too much pressure for him to make the right calls at every point, and that's where APG, I think the experience took them through it.
Definitely, because all 3 games are very, very close games. I watched most of that series, and it was really tough, and it's great. I know it's their first line or whatever, but you'll be surprised at the difference between the players coming out of this line when they just go home and start practicing. My brother TKC Dora, after the last Masters line, he climbed 700. He was stuck. He was stuck at 4.8 km. He's I can't break 5k. I can't break 5k. He was just demotivated, right? After that line, in 2 weeks, he climbed about 700 mmR to 5.5k. He was just so pumped up, and I hope the same happens for your players. I think it will. This line environment is great. I'm so excited about it.
I enjoyed it so much. Never mind my players. I really had a blast, and this just proved to me that this is what makes me tick, and this makes me feel alive. I've got a company with 600 workers right now. I've got branches around the country nationwide, and I care 10% about that and 90% about Sinister5. I'm being totally honest. This is what makes me feel alive, and I've really enjoyed this. I can't explain it to you. So I would just want to be in this environment all the time.
Oh man!
And just next time, let's win a little bit more and a little bit more, and until we get to the top. That's what the goal is.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a message out there for all you other SA teams around.
Yeah.
By the time Arena comes around, these guys are going to definitely be feared. I've been talking to some of the players. Your team has already got a lot of respect. It's just hasn't been all that long, and already, SA Dota scene, I feel sometimes does lag behind sort of a lot of old guard sort of thinking. The Chinese Dota scene as well. They went through that whole phase of, okay, but yeah, this guy's been playing for so many years, we're going to keep him in. And this Chinese scene got absolutely terrible after a while. And then when the new guys started coming in, that's when the scene started to lift up again. And I feel that's what's happening now with you guys here in SA scene, getting all this new blood. And you're talking about Hive, Mythic for a while was also really looking really promising. So I just like to see these new guys coming. Don't think okay, these guys are Masters teams, this and that. Say you want to beat these guys, and you can't do it. You can't do it. Just practice as hard as you can.
Consistency seems to be a big thing. I don't know what happened to Mythic. They've lost a little bit of their glory lately.
Yeah.
they were up there. What consistency, guys? That's it. Let the passion drive the rest, but just be consistent, and you make it. It is not the South African scene is small still. It can be challenged. It can be disrupted by anybody. Yeah,
I mean, that was
I agree.
in our ultra controversial podcast that myself, Schlinks, and Odie did.
Yeah.
His last message was this. He's like, guys, all other SA teams, I'm asking you guys, like, rise up and take the challenge. Practice as hard as you can to come and beat us. Not in an arrogant way he was saying it, but he's saying it like, we're not that good. Just not that good, but like, you can actually do it. Try and do it, because that's how they did it. That's how they beat Bravado. Bravado was winning 3 years in a row, and they just like, we want to beat them now, and they did eventually.
There's so much room for improvement. There's 100%. Crazy amount of room for improvement. They're only practicing 3-4 times, listening to your podcast.
Yeah.
So practice 5 times. Do something better. Practice 6 times. I don't know. Get more scrims. Play rank games. Get a coach. There's so many things that you can do to get better, and I'm accepting that challenge. We're gonna definitely go for it. Everybody in the MGO knows the goal is getting first in South Africa. That is the short-term goal. Never mind anything else. Become the best in South Africa. Prepare during this year. Arena is the next challenge. Now we're gonna have our full team with Skynet joining us. I can make that announcement. Maybe he joins us after this VS gaming event. We've got close to 2 months, a month and a half to prepare for Arena. That's where we're really going to see our progress, I believe. I don't think we'll finish last. I don't know. I hope so. But we're going to put a lot of work in the next month and a half. And during Arena, we'll prove that we can improve even more in a month and a half. And next year is when people will probably see Sinister5. And not just Sinister5, but Sinister5 playing attractive, aggressive Dota, unorthodox Dota, innovative Dota. That's what I can promise you. That's what we're driving from our side.
That is very good to hear. I spoke to you guys quite a bit, right? I spoke to you, I speak to your players and whatever. And you guys have this like a process-oriented mindset, right? It's not like, oh yeah, we like even a lot of teams start up and then like approach the 5 best players or whatever, and they want immediate results. But you guys understand the process and like work towards that goal instead of just like people just want immediate things, and look, I really like that process.
We are business people. We understand that things work with a process. So maybe a little bit of our experience in business is helping us. But again, we are new in this, so we are trying different things. We are very, very new. I can't say we know exactly what has to be done. I'm going to be lying if I say that. But we try different things, and some work, some don't. We are very hands-on, very, very hands-on. So if something small happens, we immediately onto it. Like one-on-ones with the players all the time, phone calls, one-on-one with the coach, team meetings every second night, analyzing games after every game. That's very hands-on approach. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Come to the VSM, but bring the Counter-Strike in as well. Let them see what this is about. Let them believe and dream about this as well. So they're playing again in Arena next month, I think in Cape Town again. Get more and more fans to come and support. Show the passion. I smash stuff at my house when we start losing, and we're just playing a mere scrim against someone that nobody cares. Then I think they feel the passion, because after that it's on a call. Guys, why did you do that? Well, they know people are watching them. They know people want them to win. They feel a sense of belonging, and that's why that's happening. I believe. I'm not actually sure. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. But there's a couple of factors that all work together.
All right.
Yeah, we're just taking this very, very seriously, and we believe that we should be, because eSports is going to grow. We want to position ourselves. We want to become the best. See what happens.
I'm really happy to hear that. I'm really. All right, so we've actually had some really good conversations so far in this interview. Was any last messages you want to put out there?
Last messages, I want to thank my wife because she takes care of the kids and the whole house, so I've got time to get home from work and then go into my games room and do this, have meetings with coaches and meetings with players and watch the games. So she's my pillar of strength, that's for sure. As for the rest, let's see what happens. The rest, like I said, passion drives it.
Okay, cool. You heard that first, ladies and gentlemen. Ivo from Sinister5, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Kaameel.